Hello, welcome back to Genius. So this is our week 3 class. We have done week 1. We have talked about introduction to web. We have talked about HTML elements and structure of the HTML. And now we are talking about, in this week, we are going to be discussing images, multimedia, and forms. Now, because of I wanted to um, explain these things to so that you guys would understand better. I want to have enough time. I don't want to have everything in one class. So that is why I have divided this class into 5 different classes. Okay, so but at the end of the day, I was still going to put them together so you can watch it as a full video. But right now, I'll be dropping it one after the other. So there will be 5 classes, 5 lessons here. The first one will be images. The second one will be advanced image handling. The third one will be multimedia and HTML. The fourth one will be forms, basics, and the last one will be forms validation. So I would have enough time to explain things, and you guys would also not be bored, all right, taking a long video. But at the end of the day, we are still going to put them together as a full video. So in case you want the full video, but right now we'll be taking it one after the other. So now I don't know why you have not subscribed to this channel, and I don't know why you're not sharing these classes with your friends. I don't know why you've not told your friends about this free program. This is a program that I'm giving you for free of charge, and I'm pouring my heart in these classes unless I am not doing that. If you think I'm not doing that, just type it in the comment section that I'm not pouring my heart. But if you think I'm pouring my heart in these classes, I want you to type in the comment section. Tell me that I'm pouring my heart. Type it in the comment section. Share this thing with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. I have daily classes. I have 365 days of web development. I have 52 weeks of web development. I also have Python, and I also have for Python 365 days of Python. I also have 365 days as in 52 weeks of Python. So why are you not sharing this? Why are you not sharing the channel? Why you not subscribe? Why are you not sharing these videos to your friends? Why are you not telling your friends about this free class? Why? So you should hit the like button if you like this video. You should share, you should subscribe, and hit the notification bell. All right, hit it so that you will be getting notification. And most especially, tell your friends about this program. Don't be selfish. All right, don't be selfish. So now let's get into the main class. So this week you should be reading Docket. Okay, so if you don't have this book, type it in the comment section. If you don't have this book yet, type it in the comment section. Ask me for the book in the comment section. Okay, ask me for the book in the comment section, and then you will get the book. Okay, so you have to read the chapter 5 and chapter 7. But before now, you're supposed to have covered from chapter 1 to chapter 4. All right, so you will read chapter 5 and chapter 7 for this week. So images make web pages visually appealing and informative. Images make web pages visually appealing and informative. So if you don't have images on your website, they don't look appealing. They help convey information, all right? They illustrate content and they enhance user experience. So we cannot do without images in our web development, in our web applications, in our website. We can't do without images. So images are added using the image tag. So if you want to add an image, you use the image tag. So this is the image tag, and then this is the basic syntax. So look at what we have here. The image tag has a source attribute. The source attribute tells the browser where to get the image. The source attribute tells the browser the address or the source, especially where to get the image. It's like giving the address of where the image is. This image can be from another website. The image can be within your own website. It could be within folders and stuff like that. But in this case now, we are pointing to an image within our website. So this is called relative address. We also have absolute address. An absolute address will point to a different website, maybe Google or wherever. It could point another to a different website from your own. Now, the description, this auth attribute describes the image. Now, this auth attribute is very, very important for SEO and accessibility. Now, when you're building your website, you should be building a website that Google, when people search, Google can actually rank your website and bring it to them. So, search engine optimization, auth attribute helps it. So, make sure that you have auth attribute with word description, a very good description of your image so that these images can also be right, especially when you're building e-commerce applications. Okay, now accessibility is also good. So now let me show you how you can actually bring an image to a website. So I have, sorry, I'm just going to take everything out here. Okay. I'll take everything out here. And I'm just going to bring an image. Okay, so I will use the image tag. Okay, so I will use the image tag. Then I will give the source. In this case, now I'm targeting, I have images. I'm targeting img1.png. Now this is living in the same folder with this my HTML file. Okay, so and then the auth attribute. I might not be giving it the best description here, but I can just say image one. But this is not a very good description. All right. So then I will close my image. Images are image tag is self-closing. It is an empty image. It doesn't have, it only has an opening tag. It doesn't have the closing tag. So if I save this now and then run in my browser, please, if you don't know how to run your HTML files on the browser, type it in the comment section. I can just do a short video explaining that. And this is the reason why I said you need to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be getting videos that I upload. I upload videos almost every day. Okay, and I'm teaching you. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be getting notifications from me. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to run image HTML pages or using this Go Live, tell me so that I can teach you how to use Go Live, Go the live server on Visual Studio Code. So if I hit on Go Live, it will open this image for me on the browser. Okay, so look at it. Let me expand this. So now you can see, look at what is happening here. The images didn't show. I'm going to rectify it, but let me tell you, you see that because of the image didn't show, the auth attribute is what is showing here. So for any reason, if your image was not found, so what is happening here is that this image, okay, see, I made a mistake. Instead of JPG, look at the image address here. The image is img1.jpg and I'm saying png, so the browser couldn't see it in the address. It looks like I told the browser to go and get something for me on this address, but this is not the address of the image. The address of the image is img1.png, sorry, .jpg, but I gave it a wrong address and I gave it an address of img1.png. So the browser went to that address, to that location, and we're like, oh, no, I didn't see this image. I couldn't find this image. Now, because he couldn't find the image, he couldn't return the image to us, and that is why we didn't see the image. And now this is where the auth attribute makes much sense. So for any reason, if your image could not be found by the browser will not display this auth attribute. Okay, and that is what you see here in the browser. So look at it. That's the what you're seeing here. But let me go and correct the mistake I made. So I gave the browser the wrong address. So let me go and correct it. I will go with JPG. That is the address. Okay, so if I hit save now, go to my browser, you can now see the image. But you can see now that the image is taking the full length. So I'm coming to show you other attributes. So if I want to manage the address, the size of this image, I can give it the width. Okay, I can give it width of, let's say, 200 pixel, and I can also give it a height. Is my height spelled correctly? A height of uh 200 pixel. Make sure you put the pixel, the px. Make sure you put the PS. This is pixel. Okay, this is the unit for measuring some of the things we do here on the web. Make sure you use the pixel. So width of 200 pixel, height of 200 pixel. If I save it now and go to the browser, you can see that my image is now smaller. So before now, it was taking the full width and full height of the browser, but right now I have controlled it using the width and the height. So I said that the height is going to be 200 pixel and the width is going to be 200 pixel and the height is going to be 200 pixel. Now, if you want me to make a class on pixels, all right, if you want me to teach you and make you to understand pixels, all right, what this pixel measurement unit, if you want me to make a class on it, type it in the comment section. Okay, so that I can make a class and teach you what pixels are. But before you even do that, make sure you have subscribed. Make sure you have subscribed and share this video with your friends. Okay, so now this is what it means. I have shown you this auth attribute has so many advantages. Accessibility, Okay, we'll talk more about that, SEO. And then in case the image was not found, the browser will use the auth attribute. Okay, so you have seen it already. Now, image is a self-closing tag, like I have just mentioned. It does not require a closing tag. It doesn't require a closing tag. It is a self-closing tag. It is an empty element. Okay, so it tells the browser to display an image at a specific location on the page. So in this case now, we have told the browser, with what we have here, we have told the browser to put this image as the first child of the body elements. So if I go on and do another, maybe I have another tag here, okay, and then I can just type in here, I can just type in blah, 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 blah. Okay, if I save now, you can see that now the image is going to come before the paragraph. The image is going to come before the paragraph. You can see now. So the image is positioned before the paragraph. So you actually use the image tells the browser where to the image tag tells the browser where to display the image. So these are the common attributes. You have seen the source attribute. We use the source attribute. We use the source attribute to tell the browser the address of the image. Okay, where could the image be found? So we do the auth attribute is the alternative test if the image cannot be loaded, just like you have seen it. It's also important for accessibility and SEO. Now let me just make a short definition of accessibility. Now, accessibility has to do with your website being accessible to almost everybody. People who are blind, people who are using screen readers, people who they have some disabilities. So your page could also be accessible to them. So there's something we call screen readers, okay, and assistive devices. So the auth attribute helps in accessibility and SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. So it helps your page to be ranked by Google and to be found by Google and other search engines. The width tells you the width of the image. It could be in pixels, it could be in percentage. Okay, I could also make this image to be in percentage, but I'm not going to do that now. Later on, we are going to learn how to do responsive designs using on the image. The height tells the height of the image in pixels or in percentage. Now we also have the title. The title is like a tooltip. So if you want to, if I want to give a title to this page, to this image, now this title will come as a tooltip. So I can say my image. It could be anything. So just give it a good title. If I save it now, go to the browser. If I take my mouse, if I hover over it, you can see the title, my image. So this is like a tooltip, all right? It is like a tooltip. So the title gives a tooltip. Now, there's another thing we call loading. We'll talk about it in this class too. We could have lazy loading and then eager loading, lazy loading and eager loading. So, but don't worry, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in this class. So, example is this. We have this source image. We have this image, and this is the source. That's the address. This is the alternative test, and it has a width of 500. Okay, so even if you don't put the pixel, let me see. I have not tried this before, but I've always used pixels. So even if you don't put it, let's see if it works. I save it, go to the browser. But for me, okay, it works actually. But the thing is that it's more readable. Do you understand? If I say 200, 200, is it 200% or 200 pixel? Which one? So I would like to go with pixel and make my code more readable in case another person is also reading my code. So there are different formats of images. We have the JPEG or the JPG. All right, these are for photographs. So the thing is this, when you're working on a professional website, you should have a designer. So when you're working on a professional website, you should have a designer. Okay, you should have a designer. So you should have a professional designer who could be designing. So these JPEG or JPG are for photographs, okay? They are good for photos, okay? But when it comes to the web and stuff like that, you should be using PNG, graphics with transparency. So this PNG is more suitable for your websites. we have the GIF for simple animations. We have the SVGs for logos. Okay, for icons and logos, you use SVG. Okay, then for modern web images, WebP is the best. It is well optimized for the web, smaller size than PNG and JPG. So if you cannot get WebP, all right, always go for PNG. And if you have logos or icons, work with SVGs. JPG should be your last option. Okay, it should be your last option. So how do we make our images to be responsive? What do we mean by responsive images? Okay, now let me take my time and explain something to you. So now let's assume, okay, let's assume I make this image 400 pixel. Okay, if I make it, or let me make it 600. All right, let me make it 600. Sorry. Or let me, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to remove everything here. Okay, I'm removing the width and the height. So if I go back, that means it's going to take everything. See, this image is not responsive. It's not responsive. Look at it. It's not responsive. Who is going to enjoy this image? No. Even if I inspect and make it and go to smaller sizes, look at it. On a device of width of 414, it's not responsive at all. Okay, so how do we make this image responsive? How do we make our image responsive? Now, let's go to it. Images must adapt to different screen sizes. Now, the thing is that when you're building your website, although we'll still talk about responsive design when we go to CSS, but when you're building your website should be accessible to every device. Okay, tablet, phones, mobile phones or tablets, desktops, your images or your, most especially your website should be adaptive to all these screen sizes. We can use CSS. Okay, we can use CSS to make our images, although we have not talked about CSS, but we can use CSS to make our images responsive. Now, I'm just going to add something. I'm going to add something to this, our image. Now, remember our image is not responsive, so but let's go and make it responsive. I'm going to add, um, I'm going to add, let me format this to look nicer. Okay, so I want to add, sorry. I want to add the style attribute here. This is inline styling. It is not the best. So I'm going to say, I can give it a width. I'm going to do something. I'll give it width of 100%. I hope my code is correct. I'll give it a width of 100%. So if I give it a width of 100%, let's see let's see what we get. It's still not, look at it, it is still not okay. Now, I gave it a width of 100%, but what I should do here is this. I should say maximum width. I should say, I'm telling the browser, give this my image. The maximum width of this image should be 100%. It should not be more than, it should not be bigger than the screen size. It should be 100% of the screen size. So if I, oh, sorry about that. If I save and go to my browser, if I save and go to my browser, um, it's like my styling is wrong. Okay, sorry. It's not. I'm not supposed to use equals. I'm supposed to use colon. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so it is colon, not. Okay, let me even try the width I did before the max width. It's colon. So what I'm telling is this is how to style it. My syntax was wrong. So I have saved it. Let's go to the browser. You can see now, even without the maximum width, okay, you can see what I have. Look at it now. The image is now 100% of whatever width I have available on the screen. So in this screen now, the width is 114. Look at it here, it's 114. So if I go for another one, this one is 375, and you can see now that the image is making sense now. It is responsive. So no matter which device I'm using, look at it, it is responsive. Okay, no matter the device I'm using, all right, I have made it responsive now, no matter the device. If I even go on bigger device, look at it, it is 100%, the width is 100%. Okay, now I can also make the height, responsive too. I can say comma here and I do height. In this case, now I can also give it height of, I can give it height of 100% too. Okay, I can give it height of 100%. So in case of this now, oop, no, 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 no. The height is too much, so I can just give it height of auto. No, if I said 100% of the width, so I can say auto, or maybe my syntax is still not good. Let me see. Okay, you see, my syntax is wrong. Instead of semicolon, I'm using comma. So please, it's semicolon. Okay, pardon my syntax error here. It is inevitable. All right. So if I say height of auto, no, okay, look at it. So it is taking the automatic height of the image. So I'm going to make it 100% instead of auto. I'll make it 100%. And then if I go back to the browser, you can see now, it's still not, the height is still not okay. Okay, the height is still not okay. Hope I am H-I-E-G-H-T. 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 Okay, let me use 100 view H. Okay, let me use 100 view H. Okay, you can see now it is within the view height. No, okay, so look at it. It is within the view height of it. So this is it. It is better now. Okay, it is better. So the width is 100% and the height is view H. Don't worry. When we start talking about CSS, we'll talk about the measurement units of measurement. Okay, so you can see now it looks better now. And if I because I'm using VH 100 VH, if I go to you can see now it has taken the height. It is just taking, I said 100 VH, so it is taking the height of the of the of the device. The height here is 740. So if I go to a smaller device, you can see the height. So, but it is not, it doesn't make sense. So I could go for instead of VH, I should go for auto. Auto should be the best here. I should go for auto. And then if I go now, you can see it makes more sense now. All right. Where the height is automatic. So it is more responsive. So the height should be automatic auto. If you make it 100 VH, that means it's going to take span through the height of the device. So here is width is 100%. Okay, and then height is auto. So you can see it is very, very responsive. Look at it. No matter the device we are using, no matter the device, the height and the width is very, very responsive. Okay, now you can also use source set. This source set is somehow advanced. I hope I have enough time to explain this. Now, with the source set, all right, we are giving the browser different images. With the source set, we are giving the browser different images to display depending on the size of the screen. So instead of we can in this look at this case now, we have the image and we have the source. This is the main source. This source now, okay. Now let me show you something. Now look at it. This our image by default. This is for smaller screens. By default, this is what it's going to get. But we can also give this image a source set. Okay, we can tell the browser on different widths, give us other images. So if I go on now, so we have the source set. So the source set, look at this source set attribute. We say we are going to give this. Look at what we have here. We have medium.jpg 600 width. So we are telling the browser, okay, we are telling the browser that the width of this our image is 600 width, and for the other one, we are the large.jpg, it is 1200 width. So it's going to, this is the width of the image. Now we are not giving it sizes. We're telling it when the maximum width is 600 pixel, we want the image to be 100% of the device width. But if it is greater than 600 pixel, we want the image to be 500, 50 view width. So let's go and do something now. So I would come here. There's no need for this my styling again. We are no longer using styling CSS for our responsiveness. So I will go for source set. It's an attribute. Now I will go for image2 dot jpg, and then I will give it a width of um 600 width. The W is for width. I'll say comma. Do I have another image here? Unfortunately, I don't have another image. This okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the first image should be Gmail. I don't think that this my gmail.jpg, this my gmail.png is a big image. Gmail.png. All right. Then this will be my first for my first go to. Then on a wider screen, I will go for img2.jpg, and then the width is going to be 1200. Okay. Now the sizes. Okay. I will give it. Um, okay. So excuse me. Okay. All right. So for the sizes, I will give it maximum width, max width is equal to 600 pixel. Okay. Use 100. Okay, no, 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 no. Look at what I'm going to do. When the maximum width is 600 pixel, I want to go for 100 VW. That's the maximum. VW means viewport width. Okay, we'll talk about that later on. Then when it is bigger than that, I want to go with VW. I hope my syntax is correct. Okay, there should be comma here, and this is not equal to, it is colon. All right. Okay, let me just go and then fix it. Okay, so there should be comma here, and then this is colon. Okay, so now if I save and go to the browser, let's see what we have. Now, the thing is this, look at the width. Look at our width is, okay, let me just go back to the smallest. Seems like this didn't work. Okay. Okay. This didn't work as I expect. Um, what did I, seems like, let me check my code. Okay. Oops. Okay, so I have my source. Okay. And then the source set srcset. Okay. Then I have my img.jpg. Okay, 600 width, comma, img.jpg 1200 width. Okay, then my sizes is equal to max width of 600 pixel, 100 VW, and 500. I don't know why this is not working, and I don't want this to delay us here. Okay. So it's not working as I expected. It's not working. No, it didn't give us what we want. But I wouldn't want, it's only giving us the last image. Okay. So it is not it's not being responsive at all. Okay. Um, okay, I think I might look at where the problem is coming from. Okay, so let me look at something. This max width of 600 pixel. Where's my code? Max width. Okay. Anyways, I have to debug my code to find out why this is not working. So, but I'm not going to do that now. I think I will just have to leave this. Okay, I'll have to leave it because the code is not working, so I have to debug it, and it's going to take me a longer time. So, I'm going to leave it. So let's go to the next thing. So, I will make another video on this source set. Okay, I'm going to make another video. I promise you that I'm going to make another video. Expect another video. Okay, expect another video where I'm going to correct this. I'm going to make another video on this source set. Okay, so the source set specifies multiple versions of an image. The sizes tells the browser which image size to use on for which screen. Which don't worry, I'm going to make a video on this. I promise you that. So you can also use images as links. We talked about the anchor link. So all you have to do is to put your image inside of your anchor link. So when you click on that image, right, the anchor link is what will be. So if you have this image inside of an anchor, I have taught you anchor links already. Okay, so anchor tags. So I'm not going to, all you have to do is to put your image inside of your anchor link, anchor tag. And then once this image is clicked, okay, it will take us to wherever. Okay, so this is something you can do. Now, we also have the figure and caption. Okay, so if you have a couple of images and you want to group them, if you want to group your images, you can use the figure and the fig caption. So in this case now, we have put this our image inside of the figure tag or figure element. Now, we are grouping. Okay, now let me show you how this works. So I will expand. So let's assume now I have multiple images here. So I will take out this source, okay, and then I will bring back my style so that it's not too much. So I'll bring back my style and then I will give it width of 100% and then and semicolon height of auto. So now let's assume now that we have plenty images here and we want to group them. So I'll take this one out and I'll put it inside of a figure. The figure is used to group your images. Okay, you use the figure to group your images. All right, now the fig caption gives a caption. Fig uh, fig caption is used to give a title to the is used to give a title to the group of images that you have. Okay, so I can just say I can just call this one my first image group. Okay, then I can have another group. Let me format this. I can have another group. Okay, you can see now. Let's assume I have multiple images. I can have another group. Okay, this is going to be img1.jpg, and this one is going to be img1 img2.jpg. Now, this group of images could be more than one image, but I just have only one now. So this will now be my second image group. So if I save it now and go to the browser, I have put everything in groups. Look at it. They are here, okay? They are here. So, but let me expand. Hmm. So you can see now this is not looking good. Instead of making it 100%, I could make it the width is 100%. I could say 50%, And then I could give the 50%. Okay. And then this one should also be 50%. So it will look nicer. Okay. So look at it. I think it's looking nicer. So you can see, look at the feed caption here, my first image group, and look at another one here, my second image group. So you use the figure and the feed caption to group your images. Okay. It doesn't show extra thing on the brow on the for the user to see, but the browser, you have used it to organize your code. Okay. Now there's something else we call image maps. Okay. Image maps is also somehow advanced, but image maps are used to make different parts of your images to be clickable. Okay, so the image map, all right, is used to make the different your different. Now it is somehow advanced. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but if you want me to also make a video on it, I am promising you image and the source set using making images responsive using the subset. So if you want me to make a video about that, type it in the comment section. Then if you also want me to make a separate video teaching you about image maps, I would also do that. So, but I want to bring this to your notice so that you know that it exists. Image map, you can make an image, different parts of an image to be clickable. So let's assume now that we have an image of the continent, all the continents in the world. Okay, so you can make different parts of these images to be clickable. So the image, we have the map tag that we use. So somehow this, you might not be understanding this thing, but what I want you to get here is that image maps, we use image maps to make different parts of our images to be clickable. Okay, so if you want me to make a video on it, type in the comment section and I'll make a separate video on that. Okay, so background images, you can make images, um, background images. Okay, so now let's assume that this div, okay, we want to make the background image of this div to be a particular image. We will do this. So let's go and see. I'll take everything out here. Okay. And then I'm going to have two divs. Okay, I'm going to have two divs here. And then I'll have another one. Okay, so but this first one, I'm just going to give it blah, 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 so that it will have something. But this other one, I'm going to give it an image uh, attributes, image background. So if you want, oh, sorry about this. So of course, this is CSS actually. Okay, this is CSS actually. So, but I can give this image a background image. And so I can say style, I can say background, background hyphen image, colon, let me see the syntax. So here we are using the URL. Okay, so we are using the URL syntax here. So I will go and say URL. Okay, then I'm going to use img1.jpg. So, but this my URL, I'm going to use the single quote. I'm going to use the single quote. Then I'm going to colon, I'll say height. I'll say, oh, sorry. My colon should be inside of this. So I'll say colon, then I'll do height. Let's do height of 200 pixel and then do width of 200 pixel. Okay, so now if I save it now and go to the browser, okay, our image didn't show up, so something is wrong. URL JP this. Okay, background image. Hope I got everything correctly. Background image URL. Okay, so what is wrong with my code? Style, background, image. I think I got everything correct. Okay, I think everything is correct here. Background, right? Yes, my background is correct, spelled correctly. OUND is my own correct. OUND, image, URL, img.jpg. Yes. Okay, so why is some of this is not working today? What is the problem? Wow. Okay, so let me troubleshoot. Let me figure out. Let me go and see my console. Okay. This image was found. It's available. It was found. So, oh my God. Mm, URL. I think I have it correctly here. Oh my God, I don't like this video is taking too long and I don't like it. Okay. Oh, uh-huh. Come on now. Everything is okay here. Yes, everything is okay here. Oh my God, I don't like this. Sorry about that. Sorry about this whole thing. Come on. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy whatever I have here and see. Let me just copy whatever I have here. Oh, okay. I think I know why we have this problem. My div does not have any content. Sorry, that's the problem. Sorry about this. My div does not have any content. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyways, I like when I'm teaching, I like to show you everything raw. The mistakes I make because programming or web development or software engineering, this is how it is, real life. Okay, there's no sugarcoating here. So it's like I don't have my div does not have a content. That is the reason. It's true. My div does not have a content. So let me give it a content here. Hello. So if I save now, that is the problem. My div does not have a content. Okay. Oh, even when it has a content here, it still doesn't show. Okay. Okay. So let me copy everything from here and see where the problem is coming from. Okay. If I save, okay, and then go back to my browser. It's still not showing. For some reason, something is wrong. Okay, my image is img1 img1.jpg. If I save, go to the browser. Okay, for now it is here now. Okay, look at it. It is here. So I think my code was somehow wrong. Okay, I think it's from my code because I don't know. I think it's from my code. So, but instead of making it the width can we are not doing width of 100%. Okay, so width of 100%, height of let's go height of auto, height of auto, and then I made the height auto and it's no longer showing. Okay, so okay, let me make height of 200 pixel. And for some reason, okay. So if I close everything, okay, so look at it. The width is 100%. And let me, instead of making the width 100%, let me make it 100 pixel. Let me make it 100 pixel. So anyway, this is, and 100 pixel. Oh my God, what is happening? Oh, okay. I make it 100%. and then I make the width, the height 100% too. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm 100% too. So, but it's going to be too much. Width of 400 pixel because 100% will not go well. Width of, let's do 200 pixel. Okay. All right. Anyways, you can now adjust it the way you would want to adjust it. Try it yourself. I don't know what is happening to me today. I don't know what is happening to me today. I can go for width of 50 pixel so that it doesn't fill the whole place. Okay, so look at it. Okay. And then, so because this is the image background, that is why it's happening like this. So, but the thing is that your div should also have their sizes, so you can work on that. All right, so let me continue with the class. Okay, we're almost done. So accessibility and SEO, always use the auth test. Always use the Always use the auth test. It helps in screen readers for visually impaired users. It appears if the image fails to load. It improves SEO ranking. Okay. And then descriptive files. Make sure you give your images good descriptive names. Okay. Just instead of saying IMG1, give it a descriptive name. Beautiful mountain.jpg instead of IMG like this. This is very bad. Avoid excessive decorative images. If the image you're using does not make any sense or does not have add any meaning to your website, please don't use it. You could use CSS for decorative elements instead. All right. Okay. So there's something we call lazy loading. I don't think I have enough time to talk about this right now. I think I have wasted a lot of time here. So, but if you also want me to talk about lazy images, I like when I want to teach, I like to explain in details. So, if you want me to talk about lazy loading on images, drop it in the comment section. So that means I'll be doing source set, I will be doing lazy loading, I will also be doing image maps. Okay, so with when your image is lazily loaded, it reduces page load time by loading images only when they are visible. So like I said, I'm not going to explain these things here. If you want me to make extra video, I will do that. Okay, so but what lazy loading does is that it helps your email, your website to be to the performance to increase. Okay, images will not be loaded unnecessarily. I will make a separate video on lazy loading. Okay, I promise you that. Okay, so now, advanced tips, optimize images using tools like Tiny PNG. So make sure that your designer is designing the right image format, is using the right image format for you. Make sure your designers are using the right image format for you. Okay. So you should also use CDN to load large images. Okay, so in summary, image tag is essential for displaying images. Always include auth for accessibility and SEO. Use modern formats, responsive techniques, and optimization. Images can be interactive using the maps, the links, or decorative design using CSS background. So lazy loading improves performance. So you need to learn about lazy loading. That is why I'm going to make a video. So type it in the comment section, ask me for it. All right, and I will make a separate video for that. So this is your mini project. Create a photo gallery with at least 5 images and captions. Build a portfolio card with an image, name, and description. This is your assignment. Okay. Make a map with clickable regions linking to different pages. Now, because I didn't mention this here, you could actually leave this one. Design a responsive homepage banner that adapts to mobile and desktop devices. And then first of all, I also have to apologize because I made a lot of mistakes here. Now, but the thing is this is the life of a programmer. It's just that I didn't have enough time to debug or to check where the errors are coming from. So when you're building your website, when you're building your applications, we make this kind of mistakes, but we have to debug. But because I didn't have enough time, I'm sorry about that, but like I said, I promise to make those videos. Just hit the comment section. So if you enjoyed this video, of course, subscribe, share with your friends, okay? Like, comment, and I will see you in the next class.